morning. Welcome to Banter with RichiebB Live.
Somewhere beyond the beaten path, beyond the whispers in the woods and the stories around the fire, lurks one of the greatest mysteries of our time: Bigfoot. For decades, legends have echoed through the forests, footprints left behind, sightings that defy logic, and questions that demand answers. But this isn't just folklore. This is a call to investigate, to explore, and to uncover the truth. Banter with RichiebB isn't just another show. It's a community, a movement, a hub for genuine research, real conversations, and boots-on-the-ground discovery. Every episode dives deep into evidence, expert interviews, field investigations, and the drive to seek what others say is impossible. If you believe in asking questions, if you're ready to get your boots dirty, and if you think the unknown deserves more than just a passing glance, then follow Banter with RichiebB. Stay informed, stay sharp, and maybe, just maybe, be the one who finds the truth hiding in the trees.
I love you, baby Jack. I want you guys to keep climbing. I love you, Mama. Bojo's gonna get us out of here because that's what he does.
That's right. Nice meeting you all. Thank you for being on air. And yes, we are home of the phone. Let's go.
Good morning. Welcome to Banter with RichiebB Live.
Near these huts,
Yep.
there's something going on here.
Behind us after. The trees were fucking moving everywhere. Yeah, bro. Goosebumps.
Maddox, you were with me. We looked this way. It was not like this.
Welcome to Banter with RichiebB. Yo, what's up, everybody? Oh, yeah, that's right. He's back. Yeah, we've seen it for a while. Oh, I'm live. Look at that. Say hi, Wojo.
Hi, Wojo.
Hey-o! Woo! That's right. Sorry. I'm delirious. I haven't slept very good. Yesterday was a crazy day. And is there something with the universe lately? I don't know what it is. The energy is just so crazy weird, man. And I can't see Sam's comments unless I look on YouTube Live. What the frig is going on around here? Anyways, welcome back to the month of May, my Mummer and May month. We have a very, very shocking special surprise for you tonight. Shocking! Shocking. That's right, Jim. It's shocking. No, we're gonna have a lot of fun. We had a kick-ass investigation yesterday. I saw Zipper Boy run past between trees. He was like, ping! Yeah, that happened. Oh, you don't know who Zipper Boy is? Well, neither do I. No, just kidding. That's called Bigfoot. It was crazy, man. Absolutely nuts. I wasn't like filming like, there it is. You know what I mean? It wasn't like that. It was like just talking and we were like winding down, getting ready to leave. And I had the phone over here and the phone over there because I like everybody on the lives to see things, you know? And all of a sudden it just froze me, man. I just was like, it was just shoom, right across. That's what I saw. So then we get all the video and cut it up. And all you can see is a black figure. That's all. It's not evidence, but it's a personal experience. That's all. It's evidence to me because I ain't nuts. Well, I'm nuts, but not in that way. You know what I'm saying? And I don't yell Bigfoot, Bigfoot, Bigfoot to every friggin' thing that happens. You know what I mean? Ridiculous. If that was the case, every time Wojo farted, I would yell Bigfoot. That's right, Bob. Back to you, Susan. So anyways, we're going to bring Wojo in to say hello to you guys. And as you know, Renee Gayheart is the guest tonight, and we have a shocking development. Shocking. that we're going to go over when she gets out here. So let's bring Mojo in. Let's say hi to everybody. Welcome, everybody, to BanterWithRichieB Live. You can catch us on Doc Realm TV, on every Roku television all over the world, Amazon Fire Stick, and we upload to all the formats. Last year, we actually ended up in the top 25 for visual podcasts on Spotify. So let's bring Mojo in. I got a couple of quick little jingles I'm going to do, and then we're going to bring in our guest. Let's say hi to everybody. Where's the Wojo? Where's the Wojo? Where's the Wojo?
Yo, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Home of the Boom. Great to see everybody. Happy Saturday. How you doing there, Richard?
Oh, dude, yesterday was so epic that, seriously, I mean, I'd get kicked in the dick by a donkey and it wouldn't hurt right now. You know what I mean? Sorry, pardon the phrase. Pardon the phrase. Oh, no, not monetized. Oh, MK Ultra's here. What's up, buddy? Anyways, let's go say hi to everybody, and then we'll say hi to them again on the way by, because I love saying hi to everybody at least twice. All right, let's do that, and then we'll do a quick advertisement, and then we'll have Renee come in, the Sage of Salt Fork.
Yes.
I thought that was a great name that I gave. That's all.
Yep.
Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. Anyways. All right. Sparky was the number one man in here today. We want to make sure we say happy to Sparky, because Sparky's been helping out a lot. He's a pretty amazing dude. Dude, I got to fix my camera. My son's name is not in it, and somebody messed with my camera. It just, it goes right through me, dude. Goes right through me. Anyways, hello, Sparky. Thank you for all you do. Sam is on YouTube. I cannot see her. For some reason, I see everybody else on YouTube, but I think Sam got us blocked on YouTube. She's like, she put something up there so we can't see her. Yeah, I thought she was our friend. Your brother Matt is here. I just finished giving a boom on camera. I don't know what that means. That sounds really weird, but yeah, let's keep that. Do I still have a hair clip on my headset?
Yeah, you get something on there.
Yeah, it's Ladies Month, so I brought a hair clip.
Oh, nice.
Anyways, yeah, that's weird, Matt. Let's see. Andrew's here. Big Andy is in the hizzy.
What's happening, Andy? Ronald
is here. Hello, Ronald. Look at this. We got some of the new people coming back. CRC's in the hizzy. He's been here for a while. Remember, he was hanging around but was quiet, and then I believe that's the story here. And now he's one of us. I was getting so bored. What do you mean? Why? What, waiting for us? Well, that's on you, man. Those are your four walls, so you need to do something fun while you're waiting.
And he's here, or she's here.
Chocolate Pepsi. How that goes.
Welcome, country. Thank you for being here.
Good to see you. So, yeah, well, we got a good show tonight. We got some visual evidence we're going to go over. Sparky's is blowing up our shit.
Excuse me.
Sparky is spamming my chat. D-Hoot here. Trying to discover why Sam can't see us. Well, you know why, because she blocked us.
Oh, dude, watching your video, I didn't know that. And all I hear is Tim Vogel's on, and Tim got the boot. I'm like, what? What did Tim do? Tim ain't violent.
Oh, that's right. My beautiful moderators booted one of our good friends. He goes, hello, everybody. Then he comes back and goes, I guess not.
Pony boy got
Bree and the family over on Discord are here tonight. I hope everybody's together. Where's Cass, that wanker? Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for saying hello. We appreciate all you guys. Let's see. Did I miss anybody? D-Hoot again. Bree again. All right, I'm going to scroll. D-Hoot. Country. Mike with Abnormal Investigations almost got caught in last night's live. Then it banged on his vehicle as he took off.
Okay.
I don't know what that Mike with Abnormal Investigations almost got caught in last night's live.
Was
there a live last night I didn't know about?
Maybe during our live?
I don't know. He got caught doing something in his car. I've been there, bro. You got to put up a curtain.
Okay, nice to see you.
You got to put up a curtain between the front seat and the back seat. Come on, guy. MK, what's up, dude?
Mikey's in the house.
I told you I'd say hi to him twice. Henry's here. Henry, BFR, Bigfoot researcher.
Hey, can you get off my phone?
No, I can't.
Oh, idiot.
Oh, yeah. Lucy, I love you. Not an idiot. Lucy, good job, Lucy.
Oh, yeah. Where's Bigfoot dog now?
Cass says hi. He's feeding the dogs, which Wojo apparently should be doing.
Yeah.
But great segue. Oh my god. Let's see. Stop. Oh, here we go. They give you this little teeny line to grab with your pointer, and I have these big fat fingers. Tim Vogel's here. All right, don't anybody kick him. Moderators, settle down. He's our friend. He come no harm.
He come no harm.
Tim, did you bring the zingers to keep your ass safe? Hold up the zingers. They won't kick you out. Oh, this is taking too long. I love it. Tim Vogel, absolute legend, and we're going to go over a few things. Gene Tewksbury is in the house. I cannot wait to meet you, Miss Gene Tewksbury. I cannot. Yes. And Wojo said that yesterday. He goes, I just can't wait to meet Gene Tewksbury. I hope Ernie Davio didn't hear that. Here it goes again, this stupid thing.
I saw Ben Kennelly on here, Rich.
Denny O'Donnell's here. What'd you see?
Oh, Ben.
Where?
Hey, Denny, how you doing, buddy? Ben was
he was here on the.
Yeah, he's on here. He said hello. I'll find it.
Oh, hi Ben. How are you? Sorry, I'll hold up. Just make a comment and I'll hold it up for you.
Yeah.
What's up, Richie and Wojo? How are you? Good now that you're here, Mr. Patrick Doyle. Yep,
Hey.
Mike with abnormal almost got caught. Oh, got cryptid last night. It was really like something came after him. Oh, bro.
Jesus.
Oh, bro. Hello, Miss Cheyenne Gayheart. I bet you I know why you're here. Because we're awesome. Ha ha ha.
Hi, Cheyenne. Welcome.
Bonkers tonight, I'm telling you, dude. Sorry, I'm obnoxious tonight. I'll work on it. No, I won't. Get back to you later. Martin is here. What's up, Martin? Martin's been sharing in the group, and I really love that because Martin's a shy dude. And when he reached out to me on the side, he liked the show, and he says, hey, I got to talk to you, blah, blah, blah. And this is what's been happening in other groups and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, we're not like that, bro. You know, when people shit on each other, you know how I feel about that. And
he's got some right guys, Rich.
He's got some really interesting stuff. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. Denny O'Donnell, I said hi to. Look at all you guys loving each other. Animal's here. What's up, Animal?
Animal.
I am not an animal. I am a human being.
Oh, the Easter Bunny's on here.
Does anybody know who said that? What Easter Bunny?
Eric Vogel.
I don't see him.
I just saw.
He's on you. I don't see. Oh, there he just came up on YouTube first, and now he's in the chat room.
Yeah, he's all over the place. This guy's everywhere.
I can't even believe Eric Vogel's here. He's not even the Easter Bunny. He's like literally like Bigfoot. Easter Bunny I've seen before. I was on 3 hits of a microdots back in '87, and I swear I saw the Easter Bunny. I told everybody I saw the Easter Bunny.
Check out those ears.
Yeah, I even hopped like him for a little while. Anyways, howdy y'all. God bless. Hey woo Banter. Hey woo Banter.
Woo!
Literally imitating. Now they're imitating me. Oh, that's funny. We ought to get a Banter and Wojo doll, and they say the things we say. Just mine would come with a chip that you can keep updating.
Let's play what that chip sounds like.
Obnoxious. This thing works. You just feed it energy drinks.
Yeah.
Ghost Girl's here. What's up, Gigi? One of the hottest working moderators ever to be seen. I'm telling you, that girl kicked ass. I felt bad because she couldn't even watch the live. She was too busy dealing with idiots. I just can't thank her enough. Really, I mean that. I can't thank all the moderators enough. Yesterday was a real nice day. Yesterday was our record, 13,100 something viewers, right?
Yeah.
Views. And it was, I think we only kicked like 3 people. It was so nice. There was people just sitting in the background enjoying. It was like a 30-minute average duration. So people were actually enjoying the content in the show. But the other time prior to that, when we hit 8,000 and something, that poor girl's fingers must have fell off.
Oh.
I even made Elder Medicine Bear Claw a moderator, and she just didn't do nothing. She's like, I'm good. She was in the background. I'm like, sorry, I didn't mean to put that on you.
She's too nice. You can't put her.
No, she's a sweetheart. So, but Ghost Girl's like, yeah, okay. And D Hoots over here. Right? Tim Vogel was just like collateral damage. She didn't.
Don't mess with Texas. There he is, the wanker himself.
There you wanker. All right, so listen, everybody. Obviously, I mentioned Dark Realm TV. Cobble Mountain Critter Festival is a week from tonight. Me and Wojo will be up there Friday morning. Oh, my God. Look at that. Goosebumps. Woo! Let me just do a Cobble Mountain dance. All right. Cobble Mountain dance. Cobble Mountain dance. Cobble Mountain Critter Festival is next Saturday, June 7th. And I will be broadcasting from there either on the phone or with all my gear. All my gear is coming with me and all our evidence as well. Yes. You're going to be in for a treat, whether it's on here or it's in person. You're going to, and trust me, it's going to be legendary. And there's already people from other walks and other areas of the research field. There's some really happy and clamoring. There's other ones going, oh, shit. Those guys are climbing. What are we going to do? Oh, let's hurry up and talk shit about them. Yeah, but I don't listen. All right. Charm and Fair Farm is June 21st and 22nd. That is in Candia, New Hampshire. Wojo and I are the MCs of that, by the way. We'll be running that whole show. That's going to be a nice, happy shit show. You don't want to miss that. Either he's going to screw it up or I'm going to screw it up, but there's two chances of screwing it up. Also, I brought you guys last week, Busy Bees Jumpers over in Whitman. Make sure you check them out if you're local. 42nd Brew, 77 Summer Street in Kingston. Check them out as well. And there's an artist in this area I want to talk about for a minute because I love his stuff, right? I might bring it up in a little while. Ed Capoe. I don't know if anybody knows him. He's local. But I want him to make up a Jackson painting. We're going to commission him, Wojo. It's a 12x16.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, we're going to commission him. And I want him to do a 12x16. I love local art. Thing creative people make and stuff like that. Whenever I'm at even these festivals, I try to grab something from them, right? That they make, and it's really awesome. And I have a lot of that local art. So if you're around, go check out Ed Capoe's page. I think there's only one way to spell Capoe, but I'll bring it up a little bit so you know. But it's pretty awesome. So I was talking to him today for a little while. So let's get on with the show here, right? Let's get on with the show. We have a lot to go up and down and left and right with. We talked a little bit about yesterday's investigation. We're going to bring up the shock and development we have.
Oh, I can't wait to meet Renee.
Oh, it's going to be amazing.
It's going to be amazing work.
Yeah, we have a shock and development about Renee. Ready?
Renee!
Renee!
Oh.
What the hell is this?
What you? Hey, nothing much, man.
Renee, your voice got deeper.
Yeah, what have you done? You bastard, unhand her at once.
Oh, sorry. She had technical difficulties and couldn't get her phone to work right.
Well, you know
so
what?
the show had to go on, and I got hijacked.
We had to take Gayheart B. Oh, well. You know, in all fairness, you're a 1A and a 1B, right?
Yeah.
Tim fucking hates me. Just like, shut up and get on with the show, you asshole. Anyways, as you can see, Renee's not feeling well. No, just kidding. Yeah. No, just kidding. So, yeah, Renee tried to get on, and we couldn't hear her and all that. You know, the stuff that we deal with the fuckery up Banter with RichiebB. So, yeah, do you go steroids? You're going to deal with a little bit, Tim. Smile and act like you like it, buddy. This is the price you pay for being a good husband, okay?
Yeah, I know, man.
This is it. Hey, listen, no. We have a legend with us today, and I'm very excited to have him from Ohio Bigfoot Researchers. Tim Gayheart is here to fill in for his wife for My Mama in the month of May to celebrate the lady researchers of Bigfoot and Mother's Day. We'll take it. Fine. Whatever. I tried to get him to wear pink. He said, hell no. So that's it. Whatever.
Exactly.
I figured at that point, lipstick was out of the question, right?
You don't put lipstick on a pig.
Oh, boy.
Oh, he wins. he won with that comment. Anyways, we're always gonna have fun here. We're always gonna talk some Bigfoot. We're always gonna get into some good research, and I want to know about Salt Fork, anyways. And that was when I see Renee was out there all the time, and you've been around a long time yourself. You've been on many podcasts, and told your stories and things like that as well. And we've had some conversations, and you even chimed in here one time through audio on the show. So it's very nice to have you. A great representation for Renee. I I couldn't think of anybody else that could do it. So thank you for taking the time out of your night, because I would have just been stuck with fucking Wojo. You know, really, Wojo? I would have been like, oh, yeah, hey, it's Wojo, everybody. And everybody's going, ah! And I'm like, you guys want to be, and then I'm like, you guys want to be alone with your favorite?
Wojo's the man.
Hey, I'm sick of it. Shut up, Tim.
Oh, boom! That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's not the first time, all right, buddy? I'll do it again.
Sorry, Tim. You're the first one for Women's Month.
No, listen, I am super pumped to be here. Tim, tell me a little something about Tim, okay? And then do me a favor. I am gonna bring Renee into this, and you are gonna speak for her a little bit. All right, that's fair, right? Is that fair?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get you in trouble, Tim. It's nothing to do with the husband and wife.
Sure, you ain't.
Yeah. Dude is learning. He goes, I watched this show enough, dude. I know what's up.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
You are not from Ohio. You're from somewhere else, correct?
I was raised in Kentucky. I was born in Ohio. Then we moved to Kentucky when I was real young, and I stayed there till I was 16. Then I moved up here and got a job. Went to work at 16, and now I'm paying for it all. Got bad back, bad legs.
Yeah.
And then in 2021, had my first sighting, a Bigfoot sighting at Salt Fork, full body, and it's been on since then. She started a group. Been on dozens of podcasts. She's been getting into podcasting with other people, and she started another group, her and her girl friends, and it's called Wild Women of the Woods. They have a Facebook group, and I ain't really know how many members they got right now. I think it's over 100 already, and it's only not even been a month.
All right. I like that. I thought I would have been on there. Hang on. Well, but all right. So my thing is this. So it was in Kentucky. You didn't have anything in Kentucky to do with Bigfoot. You come to Salt Fork, or you come to Ohio. You go to Salt Fork, right?
Yeah.
And you have is Renee with you when that happens?
Yeah.
All right. So you both wait. So are you both next to each other, 20 feet from each other? Are you sleeping
No.
are you on the couch and she's in the big bed? Like, what's going on, bro? Like, talk to me.
We was at the lake, and she was down at there was a beach backwater area down by Hozak's Cave. I was standing behind the car watching the hilltop side, smoking a cigarette, when I seen a big black 8 to 9 foot tall, human-like, hairy, bipedal walk from an oak tree over to a big beech tree. Was probably 18 foot between the two trees. That's when I had my first full body encounter. Now, and she was down there, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And I decided to go down there after a few minutes, went down and got her and come back up there. And we had a sighting with a juvenile on down just a little further down the same area, but on down about 150 yards. And then later that day, we had another sighting of a female adult.
Interesting. That's so when
she got to see 2 of them.
Really?
2 of the 3. Yeah.
Wow.
So all right, so I'm trying to get the picture of where you're standing and talking. So when that happens, do you yell dumb stuff like RichiebB does? Oh shit! No. What the effing shit is that? You know what I mean? Like, what do you do? No. Do you just stand there frozen and like what's happening?
I was standing there, like I said, I was smoking a cigarette, watching. There's a ridge line. It comes down toward the lake.
Yeah,
which is there's a dead end road. I'm standing there watching this little ridge line in the woods. And it walks out, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, no way. Ain't no way that's what I'm looking at. It walked across, but behind the tree, and then it was out of my line of sight, and I'm standing there arguing with myself. And I'm rubbing my eyes, took my glasses off, rubbing my eyes and shaking my head. Now, did I just see what I just seen? And I'm like,
About how far away is it? D who wants to know about how far away, and you better answer her right effing now, or she's gonna block everybody.
It would have been around 75 yards to 80 yards.
Right, and open, and it's clear open.
Yeah, it was ridge line, and so it was outlined. The sun and stuff was behind it.
That's crazy.
But
that is awesome.
It was solid black, and it was probably at least 52 to 54 inches in the shoulders.
Wow.
It wasn't a little one. I don't know if it was a female or male, because the side it's facing to me was just all black, because it was silhouetted by the sun.
Yeah, like a silhouette. Yeah, which is basically what I experienced yesterday. I'd never seen some, and I've been in the paranormal world, and you have shadow people that are blacker than black, they say, and what I saw dot across was pretty black, and it fast. Now, was yours just kind of nonchalant, going for a stroll, and didn't care if you were there, or did it see you and notice you? Did it take off? Did it slow down? Did it flip you off? Give you a finger?
No,
that would be awesome.
It didn't do that. It, just like you would have been standing beside of the tree sideways, it walked out, faced me, then walked on across. It took and about the 18-foot stride there between the trees, it took like 4 steps.
Wow.
Then it went behind. These are humongous trees. I mean, these are old growth trees. These are 40 to 50 inch round trees that it walked off behind and walked in behind.
Nice. Tim, if you were to estimate like the weight, and because the Vogel brothers actually they're on here, and I remember asking them like how describe the size. And they're like the second person that told me like it's like as wide as a sheet of plywood, like they're really big.
Oh yeah,
same experience.
Oh yeah, like I said, it was probably anywhere from at least 4 foot to 4.5 foot across the shoulders.
Wow. What do you think they're weighing? Between 600 and 800 pounds on average?
The muscle mass and the body size of that, I would have guessed it close to 800 to 900 pounds, because it was humongous. I'm 6'3". I weigh around 290, and it made me look little. So, so you at least double, or if not almost triple, my weight, and about 2 foot, 2.5 foot taller than me. So yeah. And how did Renee describe her experience to you? Did she did she come running over, and what did she say about it? Was it similar? Well, the one she seen was like 30 minutes, not maybe 20 minutes. Because it was just down a little further from there. And the one she seen was a baby one. It was only like 3 foot tall, and it was right at the bottom of a big beech tree. Had its arm on the beech tree and looking at her. Wow. And I told her to get her. She didn't have her phone out, because I was up here looking at a track on the side of the hill. There was a trail, animal trail come off the hill there, and I was standing there looking at a track and then watching the hill. And she went on down from me. And that's when she hollered back at me and said, hey, babe. I'm like, what? She said, I see one. And I looked at her and I'm like, where's your phone? You need to be taking pictures. They didn't get no picture of the first one. And I said, I'll work my way to you. And I walked toward her. And when I got there, she pointed it out where it was at. And then we heard a mouth pop.
Oh, yeah.
And the little thing went around behind that big beech tree.
Oh, so he got called.
Yeah.
Come home now.
Mama or somebody was calling him like, hey, you better be hiding.
Oh yeah, I've heard the mouth pop. Yep.
Yeah. And she couldn't believe it. She was excited, and she said that was her first one she ever seen. And like I said, it was a little one. It was only about 3 foot tall. It was black. And then from that on, she was all enthused about going and looking for them. And like I said, we went to a different spot after that one, after she got the picture and stuff of that one. We went to a place down there, it's called Bigfoot Ridge, and we stayed there probably an hour to 2 hours almost. Then we come back, And on the way back to the Hozak Cave area, we're going down the main road in the park, and she's driving. I don't drive because I have eye problems. I can't drive. And we're going down the road, going back to Hozak's Cave, and I looked at her and I said, Sally's going to come out and show me her hairy boobs. What? She turns while she's driving, looks at me. Who is Sally, and why is she going to show you hairy boobs? I'm like, that's the female Bigfoot. She's going to come out and show herself to us, to me. And so we get back down there. We go to where I seen the first one. Didn't see nothing. Walk down to where we seen the little one. Now, on the way, there's the road's dead end at the lake. It's a man-made lake. It's a state park. They made a lake there back in the late 60s, early 70s. And they did ended roads. And, well, there's a guardrail there that blocks the road so you can't drive on down toward the end of it. And when we was there earlier that day, there was a fallen tree on the other side of that guardrail. And she told me not to fall over it because I have to walk with a walking stick, a cane. And this tree is probably 8 to 10 inches around, and it's as long as a 2-lane blacktop road. It was clean from one side of it to the other side. It fell. So she told me not to trip over it. I got over it, and when we come back out, I went back over it. Then when we got back down there after we went to Bigfoot Ridge, I'm coming around the guardrail. She's in front of me going down, watching the hill. She's walking down there. And I stopped dead. I'm like, wasn't there a log right here? We crossed going in and out a while ago. And she said, yeah. Yep. Well, where did it go? And now this is not a rotten dead tree. I mean, it's a dead tree, but it's not rotten. And I look over and I see 3 pieces of that tree laying over there on the edge of next to the bank. And it's almost like in a triangle shape. It broke that log in 3 pieces and moved it. Time we was gone. And we go back down that way to where we seen the little one, and where I was looking at the track on the hill on the side of the bank where it come off. Right beside of it here is a 16 and a half, almost 17-inch track. Right beside the 8-inch track. It was there earlier that day. And I'm like, she took pictures of it and stuff. And I'm like, I know that wasn't there. You took pictures of it a while ago, and that track wasn't there. I said, you telling me that thing come off the hill and broke that and moved it over here out of the way? And she said, because there was no axe marks, no saw marks, or nothing. That it was broke.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, this is crazy now. It's blowing my mind. I've already seen one Bigfoot, a big one.
Yep.
Then we see the little one. Now this tree's been broke and moved, and I'm going, this is absolutely crazy.
Yep.
I thought I was losing my friggin' mind. And we go down through there, and we didn't see nothing. So we come back up to where the car was parked, and then there was a cleared off spot between. There's a little creek and the hill that goes back to the cave.
Right.
And they'd brought in a payloader and scraped up the dirt. And I said, well, let's walk over there and see if we could see any tracks. I said, that thing had to come off the hill somewheres. Right. Because it was only one track going up the hill. And so we went over and started looking, and I'm walking on one side of the payloader track, and she's on the other side of the other track toward the hill. And I'm looking, I seen coon tracks, deer tracks, and on bird tracks, and all kinds of tracks in the fresh dirt. And she goes, babe. I go, what? She goes, there's one standing right up there looking right at me, and it's a big female.
Oh, boy.
I'm like, where's your phone? She goes, it's in my back pocket. I said, well, get it out and get taking pictures. I'll work my way over to you.
He's got to keep her in line. Where's your phone?
Yeah. So she's taking pictures, and I'm walking over toward her, and she says, "Here, come right here, right in front of me." I was on her right side, and I stepped in close, and she said, "Straight up in front of me." And I'm looking, and I'm like, "I can't see nothing but bushes." She said, "Here, step over another foot or so and get right in front of me." And I got right in front of her. There it stood, right beside a big tree, standing right there in the open, plain open. It's 80, 70, maybe 70 to 80 yards. And she's standing there. There's nothing between us and it standing there.
Whoa.
Wow.
And she goes, "It's a female." I said, "I told you Sally was going to come out and show me her hairy boobs. And you just wasn't believing it."
Maybe she wants to do a tree dance. Hey.
I can't. I love how this is what got me with that comment, right? First of all, I love this stuff. I love that the husband and wife are out in there in woods and stuff like that. But my favorite part so far is how serious of a researcher Tim is. He does not skip a beat and talks about hairy boobs on a Sasquatch like it's it's common. Everybody has seen this. Just because Patty was on film doesn't mean everybody. He's like, hairy boobs.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on?
They
This is how you represent.
They was pretty good sized ones too.
Oh boy, never mind. Sorry. Well, that's one way how you represent, my mama in May month, with celebrating the lady researchers. Why not just celebrate the lady Bigfoots? So when you guys, all right, so you guys are out here, you're in the woods. Now you see one together. Before you saw one over there, you saw one over there. Now you see one together. Have you seen anything else together?
Oh yeah.
So it's been numerous at this point.
Yep, numerous.
I just want to welcome all the new people that came in. Sorry, I've been putting your comments up, but I was very enthralled in the conversation with Tim. We haven't seen this gentleman in a while, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, man? How you been? Where you been? Yeah, you just get back in this hairy boobs on my show. Nothing has changed, bro. Nothing has changed. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, you tell it as you see it.
No, listen, I told her, and you told it respectfully, so that's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
well, I just
Wake a time.
Oh my God. Okay, so so we just can't talk about Bigfoot on this show. We got to break down the boob size and stuff. Yeah, no, listen, I'd have it no other way on Banter with Richie B. No, I love it. Audience, I love it. All my friends on the side, they're all talking. They're all talking to each other. This is what we love here, Tim. And you've been on our lives. You've seen how we work things, how we do things. We love just to have an environment of our own, right? There's no bullshit here, no anger, nobody picking on each other, none of that crap. We're just having a great time and talking about a subject we love. So you go from, let me just recap a little bit. You go from Kentucky, nothing. You move to Ohio. You have your first sighting pretty recently, actually, in 21.
April 21.
Right. And describe what happens, because I try to describe to people what happened to me in my backyard. And the turn of events that start in your body, right? Your chemical balance, like all this stuff, it changes. And I know I'm sounding dramatic, but I'm going to be honest with you. When I first had my first encounter, I call them, because I don't have that 70 clearing, 40 foot high five, as I call it. I don't have that. And I'm never going to tell you I do until I do. But I've had experiences where I'm not stupid, and I've had them run by me, and I've had all those glimpses of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I started realizing what was in my backyard after doing the math over and over again, I literally sat up. Like, I went out to my couch, first of all, and I just sat there till like 2 a.m. Like, I just could not sleep. The energy in my body was different. The blood flow was faster. It was excitement every time I thought of that particular incident. And then boom, I had another incident. And then I had 2 incidents that would keep me awake, and then 3, then 4. And then all of a sudden you're like, all right, I got to try this. All right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go get this. I'm going to buy this. Let me get on Amazon and order this. Is that what happened to you? Is that how you feel?
Oh yeah, that's it. It was from that day on, from the first encounter on, that it's been, oh, we need this camera, we need this microphone, we need this EMF meters. We need hearing devices, and it's just been one thing right after the next, and trip after trip, and
yeah, takes over your life.
There's many of pictures on Ohio Bigfoot researchers. If you ain't a member of there and stuff, go in and join, answer the questions, and then I'll make sure you be a member. And then go to the featured, and you will see some of our pictures. And I mean, there's no red circles, and it's not blobs, and you can see in the picture exactly what these are. And there's hundreds of encounter stories, YouTube channels, and everything we put up of all different people that's doing researches and events and all that, all being posted.
Yeah, you definitely become active in like our friend Ghost Girl earlier is saying, hit the like button. What are you waiting on? Let's go. Let the world know we're here, man. You know, but the environment that this has created this environment is Bigfoot and the experiences that I had. It has created all this stuff, and it's funny because it evolves, right, Wojo? Like you're part of the evolution, like Wojo's part of that evolution, and you watch this stuff happen, and I watch the people on the right grow, and I watch their questions get seasoned, so to speak, right? Where you have those kind of rookie setup of questions, but now you have everybody involved. Like, hey, let's try this, let's do that. Hey, I got a question, and you hear the question, and you're like, wow, that's a thinker. And so you're creating this. For me, I'm creating this world where we can all kind of research together. And I thought it would be such a great way of doing it. And Wojo was the big piece to that, because he kind of put a charge into me as well. I haven't been out. I never went out as much as it. I mean, it was in my backyard for a long time where I could just go out there, but I wouldn't go out there. Do you go alone, Tim?
No.
Never, right? Tell everybody, never.
No.
Never.
Renee does.
Oh, Renee, you got dimed out. Yeah, you can't. The going alone thing is kind of scary. It's kind of very dangerous. In general, it is. But a lot of people go into places hiking alone, right? It's just that you go in there with a different intent, and intent matters sometimes. And I think in this subject, intent definitely can change things. Wojo.
Yes, sir.
What do you got going on over there tonight besides dogs bothering you and your phone getting thrown and stuff like that? What do you got going?
Nothing. What?
Oh, all right.
I'm just listening.
Oh, I was just checking. Jeez. Well, he's of no use to us, I guess.
Oh, poor Wojo.
I mean, I don't understand this. I don't understand. What do you mean? Nothing.
Listen, I'm
do something.
No, I'm listening into his stories, and
they're good, right?
Yeah, I mean,
love it.
Going back to being alone and stuff, if you know and have those intentions of that, in the woods, they know your intent. I feel that they can figure you out, and I think that's where it kind of gets dangerous. But if you're a hiker or you're, I don't know, motorcycling through the woods or whatever, then you're gonna get strange things that can happen. Trees coming down or throwing things, or you might even hear a howl. So, right. But being with Richie, and obviously I'm the pusher, get him to go out a lot now. Mm-hmm. I've learned a lot actually, that you came naturally asking the questions and things like that. Richie's like, that's what I'm talking about. You start from the ground up, like when you see structures and things like that. Have this discussion on what we're seeing or prints of what we're seeing, and just kind of pick each other's brains. And not everything's Bigfoot. We all know that.
Yeah, it's very important. Now, besides the sightings, right? And I could talk about your sightings all night, and because I love them. I love hearing the sightings, because when you hear the sightings, it's funny, the similarities, no matter where you are geographically. And I love a lot of similarities like that. There is a lot of them that don't look the same, right, Tim? They're not the same cookie cutter, blue jay, robin bird. They're not elephant. It's not like that. and which should tell you a lot, anyways, because if you go into the primate world, that you know, you might have little slight variations depending on the primate, but for the most part, chimpanzee, gorilla. You know what I mean? They're all pretty similar. Some are maybe built a little bit, some are bigger, obviously, in order to dominate or whatever the case might be. But I have always heard different things about the face structures, the features, the eye sockets, the color of their hair, the length of their arms. You know what I mean? Like, there seems like there's quite a variation if you get many of them, right? And a lot of us don't get that lucky or that blessed in order to have many experiences. But you guys seemingly have. How many? I mean, not how many, but how do you feel about? Why are they different like that? Why are they different? Are they different because they're a primitive human? Are they different because that's just the type of primate they are? They're missing link type. Like, why do you think they're different looking?
Well, they're different looking because there's different subspecies in the category of Bigfoot. You have, if you look back in the Native American lore, they had ones they called bear people. They had ones they called the rock people. They had ones they called Gugway. What is it? I can't pronounce it. But there's like 5 different types, and you have the Ohio grassman, you have the Florida skunk ape, you have the ones that are out west, like Patty, they're bigger.
Yep. Right. I agree with that. Yep.
Then you have all different terrains and different parts of the country, so they adapt to their terrain and their part of the country they're in. So you have some that's got more hair, you got some that's less hair, some it's bigger body mass, some it's smaller body mass, like the skunk ape and stuff, because they're in a hotter climate and they're less hairy. But the further north you go, you get more hair. You get the Gugway and stuff like that. They have like a orangutan type.
Yep.
Face
kind of comes out more.
Yeah, they have the like a type of short muzzle.
Yeah.
Then you have the ones that, like in Ohio, was the grassman. They're more human looking, and there's just different types of features. There's some have canines, which is like the Gugway and the bear people, they call them.
Right.
And then you have some that has the Neanderthal
kind of
brow ridge. And
Yep. No, I think it's great. I think that stuff's great. And so you and I are along the same lines. And I've always talked about this a lot on my shows and on my lives, that just like anything else, you know, geographics have a say in what happens here. You know, when you have say the Eskimos live up in the North Pole, right, or you know, wherever they are, they're going to have a different skin tone, different food source, which is going to make them possibly a different size. Pigmentation on their skin might be different. Their eyes are squinty. The sun bounces off the snow all the time. You know, then you go down. Then you go down to say the Caribbean, right? You have a whole different people. It's the same thing here, from accents to size to, you know, it's all about that food source, that sun angle, that rain. How wet is it? You know, your body, and we as microbial, basically energy filled humans, evolve to what's around us. And that's the same with Sasquatch. And it's funny because I speak to my friends that, you know, God bless them, they're closed-minded. They don't believe in anything, ghosts, death, anything. You know, you go in a hole, worms eat you, too bad, move on. I have been blessed enough to have the experiences I have to not have to think like that and walk through life and think that this is all there is and that we're all there is. That's the beauty of it, right? But I get those things. What they say is, you know, they literally, I had a conversation last week and he goes, "Oh, have you found Bigfoot yet?" And I'm like, "What do you mean Bigfoot?" And he's like, "What?" Because to us, it's different. And I'm like, "Well, you kind of you say it like there's this one Bigfoot and we're all looking for him." And he's like, "Well, yeah, I mean, if there's any. There wouldn't be any more than one. And I kind of laughed and I go, so you would be more apt to believe that there's one Bigfoot running around than zero, right?
Yep.
And he goes, well, yeah. And I said, okay, so you're just a product of the television. And I said, so I had to talk with him, but he just doesn't know in that sense. And perhaps a touch of ignorance is in there, or not wanting to know, however you want to look at it. But it's funny how the society looks at it like there's this, like you and I, all three of us look totally different right now.
Yep.
Yeah, we're allowed to do that. Yeah, we're allowed to do that. Nobody else. No other creature can look different. You all look the same. Like, what kind of silly shit is that? And then I said to him, I go, you don't believe in UFOs? And he's like, well, I don't know. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? Like, they literally just released things saying, yeah, we lied to you for 40 years, 50 years. There is UFOs, 75 years now, but there is UFOs. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, so now there's aliens, but there isn't a Bigfoot. That's impossible. That could never be. But the dude could live somewhere on a rock and like 2 Milky Ways away. What the hell are we doing? It's mind-blowing. Well, how come we never found one? Well, how do you know we never found one? You don't know that. Plenty of people have found them. Do you watch my show, you idiot? Jerk. That's a friend telling me he doesn't watch my show. Thanks for the support, asshole. Sorry, I had to get that out. I feel better now. Jay Lynch is here from Dark Realm TV. That's right, Jay Lynch. Welcome to the show. He says he's in Ohio. Oh, time. Sorry. Jay Lynch is here from Dark Realm TV.
What's up, brother Jay?
That's it. You didn't finish. I even reset it so you could finish.
You blew it.
No, I didn't blow it.
Do it again. Dark Realm TV, where fear lives.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, go to Dark Realm TV. So what I'm thinking, right? And I didn't say personally. What am I hearing? Guitar strumming?
I don't know. I heard something. It's not from my end.
That's my grandchild playing his strumming on a guitar in the next room over.
You can't bring Renee anywhere. Renee. It's all I hear right now. Could you go yell at him and tell him to do something like play video games, please? No, I'm just kidding. Sit down. Don't do that. Jesus God. My mother will slap me. This whole show is dedicated. This whole month is dedicated to my mother. And my mother would have just swooped down from heaven and punched me, right? Boom! I wouldn't have been here no more. She would have slapped the shit out of me if you got up and said that to that child. Good Lord. Elder is here.
Don't say.
All right, everybody behave. I'm at wedding place, so my granddaughter's trying on dresses. Oh, congratulations. Excellent. Dodge the Badger is here. I saw Donna Copa's here. Is that how you say your name? I don't know. It sounds like it's I said it right. Richie Sam said, we don't find them, they find us. I think that's do you feel that way, Tim?
Yes.
You do. I felt chosen. Isn't that weird? I felt weird by feeling chosen. Is that what you felt?
If you have encounters like more than one encounter. One encounter is one's curious and just let you see it because it made a mistake and looked too long, and you caught it. But when you have multiple encounters and you have interaction with them while you're in the woods, they have accepted you into their area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's
all these Bigfoots have. Soon as you pull up to one of their wooded area, and they know as soon as you get there, before you even get out of your vehicle, they know your intentions. When you get out of your vehicle, if you got bad intentions and you're out to make a gain or try to prove that you can find one of them, they're going to play games with you really bad. They're going to play with your head.
Yep.
They're going to do things to you that you ain't going to, but you're not going to prove it to people that they exist because people were not open-minded enough to know there's more things out there than even just a Bigfoot.
And I agree with that, right? And I agree with that 100%. But I'm in their defense. in their defense, it's something you have to experience, really. It is really mind-blowing. I was open-minded enough to kind of explore it, but I wasn't out looking for Bigfoot. I was in my backyard doing yard work and heard walking around and crunching and trees, branches snapping and shit like that. It made no sense. If you know the geography of my yard, it doesn't make any sense. And so when it happened at night, and it was the same sound, same walking, same things breaking, and there was no headlamps or flashlights, that's when I started going, oh, okay. And then I got shit thrown at me. I got hit in the head with an acorn once. That was interesting, because it didn't come from there. It came from here. And I remember standing there going, and I had to like collect that thought. And I went, I got hit like this. I didn't get hit like that. You know what I mean? So those types of things happening to you, they were trying to get my attention in my yard. I feel like they wanted to share the space, knowing how I was. And the one that broke the tree not far from me, he had to have known I was there. I mean, I'm not exactly quiet with anything I do, even raking around a fire, but you know what I mean? Like, I have no other gear. This is the gear I got. This is what God gave me. One gear. Go, dummy. You know what I mean? The go dummy gear. Yeah. Ooh, race car sound, right? So that's the gear I got.
Thing though, Rich. I think that's getting your attention to be.
Thank you, Sassy Squatch. Sorry.
Oh, thanks, Sassy. I just think it's like a attention thing to get a hold of you to say, hey, we're your neighbors, but in a, I don't know, like kind of like in a hidden sense, kind of like what's that neighbor in that was it Home Improvement when the guy that's on the other side of the fence, you only see this much of them. It just they want to stay hidden, but they just want to like be your friend.
Yeah, they're very, very tricky. Like with what I had, or what we kind of went through yesterday. It was very, I'm not surprised that that's how it went down. Like, I'm really not. Will they ever give me that opportunity where they stand up? Not while I'm holding a damn phone. I know that, but I've had some experiences. There's times where I just want to put it down and light a campfire and not move because I know they're there. You know what I mean? And but that's not. But for me, that's not why I'm there either, because I want to share it with people, but I don't want to share it with the wrong people either. You know what I mean? So that's the one thing I always do worry about with my type of method or MO or however you want to look at it, right? Has he been down to the Winton Woods area? It's north of Ohio. It's a small area, but connects to a vast area. It's called the Winton Woods area. Do you know of that area, Tim?
No, I don't.
Nothing. No, now you need to look it up because somebody's pretty much go. And then Tim Vogel said earlier, was it Bill Rigby? Do you know of him in Ohio?
I know Bill.
Yeah, Bill Rigby is in the edge of Ohio, Pennsylvania. He's just across the Ohio line. Yeah. He's a block from the Ohio border.
I think he was asking if you had ever hooked up with him to go, or do you guys
I've met him at Salt Fork in 2022. And went to a couple campouts he had. Yeah, I know Bill Rigby. I know a lot of Bigfooters that come to Salt Fork and other groups and stuff that I'm in that I've been on podcasts with. And
that's good. Sorry.
Tim, I'm sorry.
No, you're not. You're never sorry. You just do it. But go ahead.
That's right. I'm going to do it anyway.
Banter with Wojo. Go ahead.
Hey. So, Tim, two-part question. So, during your encounters, right? How you were talking about, describe the day. Was it like sunny or cloudy? And have you seen them in a cloaking form? When people talk about cloaking, I'm just trying to get an idea. If it's a sunny day, you saw it dark. And was the sun, in their direction? Because sometimes they would. I heard people say that if the sun beams down on their body, it kind of like changes into more of a much lighter color.
The most of the first ones we seen in April of 21, that the sun was out. It was I think it was the 14th of April, and it was probably 68 to 70 degrees that day. Very bright sun, very little wind. But I've seen them many a times. It's been sunny, cloudy, after dark. But as far as seeing one cloak or I've never seen one cloak, but I've seen people that's had pictures and of them, things that's starting to materialize in their picture partially.
Yeah.
And I've seen like a cellophane type deal before in the woods, but I'm not going to say that was a Bigfoot or whatever because I can't prove it either way what it was. But I seen this shimmering like cellophane in the sun, but I don't know if it's a Bigfoot or what it could have been, if it was energy or a portal or what it could have been.
Yeah,
I was just referring to like the sun shining on them, like, you know, in the ridge, you know, was the sun, you know, beaming.
Well, tell them tell them the theory. What's the theory?
Well, the theory I'm saying is that when the sun reflects off their body, off their fur, off their hair, excuse me, you know, I've heard that it'll change to a lighter color. That's why I was referring.
Yeah. If the sun is going through their hair, like the hair it's hanging down and stuff, it changes lighter, goes from dark to lighter. It's I thought the one time was like a cinnamon color, but when it stepped into the shade, it was a darker brown.
Right.
Interesting. I'm sorry. It's funny. They're trying to get me to see Sam's comments. Sam's my producer, our producer, and I can't. They check. See her on Facebook, but not YouTube. I see you on Facebook, not YouTube. You broke it. You broke YouTube, and you blocked me. Just admit it. Go ahead. Sorry, Tim.
But even when you shine a flashlight on one, and if it's black color, you would think the flashlight would intensify the color of the hair.
Right.
No, it's like the flashlight hits that hair and it don't reflect back towards you. It just like it sucks it up, like, you know, on a rainy night, how the blacktop sucks up the lights of your headlight.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it does at nighttime when you hit them with a flashlight.
Right.
So would that change the color though? Are you saying? What are you saying with that?
That it don't reflect back. You know how like
it stays
you get a flashlight on a black vehicle and something, how it glares back at you.
Gotcha.
Well, when you hit them with the flashlight, it don't glare back.
Right.
But maybe
just like it absorbs it.
You know, like part of the face area.
Right.
Yeah.
Pictures of that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I think it's very interesting. Let's check this out. I'm gonna pull up, and then we're gonna look at some pictures that Renee sent in. Thank you, Renee. So check it out over here. Ohio Bigfoot researchers, go over there. They're a little over 5,000 members. I want everybody to get over there and join them, please. I see a lot of people on YouTube. I'm hoping I've seen everybody in the comments. I apologize if you don't. If I can't see my producer, then obviously something's wrong. But I'm going to work on that. So yeah, please get over. As I always ask you guys on this show, when you guys are hanging on the side, you know, support these guys that are in here, Renee and Tim, and you know, the husband-wife duo, right? We've had all different angles on Sasquatch with the husband. Have you ever thrown her out in the woods for bait, Tim?
No.
No, maybe you should try that.
They will attract to come in. The males will attract to females. They will move in closer when you have a female with you, and you do not want to take a female in the woods if it's her time.
This is like the second or third time I've heard this. Remember that conversation? I think it was it Elder that told us that?
Because it makes the males get more aggressive.
Yeah, exactly. It was Elder, because when Ghost Girl's with us,
They had that conversation. Anyway, stop. I don't need detail. That's inappropriate for ladies. So all right. So wow. Yeah, that's something you don't think about, right? I mean, if you don't, right. So I wonder, and Wojo should be very worried about this. I mean, what if somebody like the man Bigfoot liked another man?
I don't think that happens in
that world
of nature.
All right, Wojo, you're good. You're safe.
But I knew that they do inbreed when there is not as many females in the area as some other places, and
that's a theory we haven't discussed, Wojo.
So that's where some of your deformities come from too.
Oh, that's a great topic. Wojo, that's a great topic. Because if you think about it, all through society and life, right? Whatever form of life you are, that is what happens, right? Could you imagine having the conversation about Bigfoot some of them being inbred?
Anything's possible, Rich. Or
have you ever heard him talk, Tim?
Renee's heard him do chatter.
Yeah. I'm talking language though, not like regular sounds, but language, right?
Yeah. They can speak in their I don't know if it's native tongue or if part of it's native tongue or part of it's Jewish or Greek or whatever. Yeah, they have a language.
Yeah, Wojo, you want to tell them about the language we got?
Yeah, well, we have an audio of 3 Bigfoots. And you can hear the footsteps, and one of them will go, "Ha!" The other one's like, "Ha!" And then the other one that's right beside the recorder will go, "Blah blah." So it's like mispronunciation, kind of like a deaf person when they talk or try to talk. It's just minced short pronunciations, like small samurai chatter. And I've heard this separate times in the woods. One time with Lisa, actually both times with Lisa, and
interesting.
It's just short. Wow, whoa,
yeah.
Wow. We're like, what is that? Is that chatter?
Yeah. Sparky wants you to talk more so they don't have to listen to me. But unfortunately for them, it's my show and my microphone, and I'll talk all the fuck I want.
I'm a co-host. I'm Cohen.
Yeah, he's Cohen.
But Rich, another thing we have never discussed. I mean, now that Tim. So, what about when they have juveniles? I believe that. Well, we have like special needs. The off chromosome in the world today. I wonder if they have the same, similarities of, special needs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like a Bigfoot that just has an off chromosome.
They have
they can become more aggressive and not control themselves.
They really have a what do you call it? Autism.
Autistic, yeah.
Yeah, they're autistic. Like they're very nervous. They easy to agitate, and they learn everything repetitive.
Yeah, and that's to jump in here real quick. My very first show, we talked about autism and how there's traits of autism in them, because I have photos of these trees in the woods in my backyard that are lined up. So there's a log that goes this way, and I think Wojo's either seen the real thing or the picture anyways. And they're they're small saplings that have been debarked, no leaves on them, and they're all laid in a row, like 20 of them. And they're literally like that close. Do you remember that?
Yes.
It's a crazy picture. I have it somewhere, and I don't really show it because somebody could have laid them down like that, and I'm like, just you got to see these things. So I had brought that up in my first show ever. I think with Matt Moniz, McCullough, and Trainer, and we had a nice segment where we just talked about them having autism, and I think the reason why I brought up the talking though with the inbred part of the conversation was because sometimes, like Wojo demonstrated perfectly. Questions. They kind of like stop their words. You think it's going to be, la la la, and it's only la. You know what I mean? You get what I'm trying to say? And that recording that Wojo was going to get to, I could feel it at some point Tuesday. That we sent it off to a professional, right, Woj?
Yes, we sent it to the Vogel brothers, and they have a friend who's a linguistics expert, and the results came back that it has very high probability of the Sierra sounds. It's very unique. That again, what this gentleman explained, that it's like mispronunciation. But yeah, it's a different language that he was just blown away to hear this recording.
Yeah, so he deemed it to be a language. He deemed it to be vocals, intelligently saying something. That's where the ha blah blah comes from. That we call back to them on, which we've gotten great results, by the way. And so, but of course he can't. That's Bigfoot. He just knows it's a language. He knows that it's vocals, so he can hear the vocalization by a linguist, and he can hear that it's trying to talk words. How's that to say? For me, that's the way I got to hear it, right? That makes me feel good. I'm like, damn, that's good stuff. You know what I mean? Like we got that shit. That's badass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And I heard a full on conversation between two of them. Everybody's heard the story. I'm not going to bore them with it again. But it was a good couple of minutes with me, Dave, and another researcher, and just stood there listening to him talk back and forth. You know what I mean? And there was 2 sentences, but they were long. They each had 2 sentences, so it was 4 altogether. And at the end of it was a loud chest pop on either side. Second sentence, he finished. Second sentence, he finished. And that was it. Silence. So that chest pop has a lot of meaning to it. It has a lot of meaning. You know what I mean? My chat line isn't. Why isn't my chat line moving? Everybody good?
Well, if you go back to ancient tribes and ancient cultures that's no longer on Earth, that's like the Aztecs and all them, they could be using their language. When you have people down in South America, they do clicks, pops, and they never had English language or any other kind of language, or they have their own language in there. And so some parts of Africa, the African tribes had their own language. All over the world had ancient languages. Bigfoot are ancient, and who says if it could have been some ancient Arabic or something, that the language that we have that was never translated or written down or on stone tablets, or what it could be.
Well, I also believe that they not only have their own languages, but they also do sign language.
Yeah.
And I know that Ernie Davio and of his encounter of the sign language that he went through, and there's been others in the research area that discussed about sign language, and I know a little sign language, so they're just very highly intelligent. So you just never know. I mean, one could be deaf out there that we don't even know. We just don't. Yeah. We will never. I don't think we'll ever know. I mean, but again, sign language could be also part of their language too.
Well, the sign language and stuff, they learned that from the Native Americans and stuff, because a lot of Native Americans use sign and in their languages.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what did I do with that? Could you hook a brother up? Yeah. Sorry, guys. I had to get some water. I was parched. I think Spocky's the only one in the chat section. I guess we're having a sale on my socials. I look over and I'm like, what the hell is this? An infomercial?
A lot of people wants to put these force people into a category that they're a dumb animal or unintelligent species. They're just as smart as most humans that are walking around today.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're way smarter than us. I think they're way gifted than us, way more gifted. I think they're on a higher frequency. I always use the example of a psychic or a medium. They're on a different frequency. We're all energy. What's up, Jeff Sean Benson? What an amazing airbrush artist that guy is. You got to check out that guy's work. He's insane. Good to see you, brother. Hope everything's going well for you. Sorry, I've been busy if I haven't gotten back to you. But yeah, so I think that they're on a different frequency. I think they have different abilities. I'm not saying that they can fly or anything like that, or disappear, or even cloak. And I even have a video that raises questions of cloaking. I think you saw that, and that raises questions about cloaking for me. The illuminated eyes, self-illuminating eyes, right?
I've seen that many a times.
Yeah, and I was not in that camp, man. I was not in that camp, and I was blessed enough to live it. That is, to me, is real. Not 100% because I didn't walk up and poke one of them, but I know what I saw. You know what I mean? I know what I saw. Thank you so much. You're the best ever. That's my other producer, Jessica. She's my life producer.
We had one incident at Salt Fork. There was probably 9 of us there when we had the eye glow and stuff, and that was the first time that I'd ever seen the eye glow.
Yeah,
and
is that what you call it though? Eye glow? Do you think it's a glow? I mean, it sounds different than self-illuminating. But it's not an eye shine.
No, eye shine is when you point a light at something and it reflects the light back. Eye glow is, it does its like
own
you
thing.
said, self-illuminating.
All right, so it's the same thing, different phrase. The great Ernie Davio was in the house speaking of sign language, and it's funny how Wojo just brought up his name, and now he must have been hiding somewhere. And then Wojo said, "Well, Ernie Davio," and he's like, "That's me." Over here.
He's like, "Hey."
I love that dude. He always calls me at the worst time. I love him to death. Like I laid out, my little guy is a daddy's boy, so I lay down and have naps with him. I mean, not that mom can't get him to sleep. She does. He just, when I'm home, he's like, Daddy, downstairs. So we go downstairs and I get him to sleep, and Ernie calls. I'm like, oh shit, this guy's gonna think I'm just putting another one to sleep, bro. I got my son to sleep, bro. Like, I don't want to talk to him, but it's true.
And then he'll call me. He goes, "Hey, I couldn't get a hold of Richie. He's at a softball game."
Yeah, that's the other thing. He called me the other night at softball. Well, Tim said something to me the other night. We were talking. I said, "Hey, I'm at softball." I literally took a picture of the field and then sent it back to him. So that way they know I'm not just full of shit. My life is plentiful, and I'm truly blessed. And September 21st, 1997, my life was saved, man. And I've been clean and sober and spiritual ever since. So definitely I will testify to that. But so yeah, I don't know where I had the time to do drinking and drugs and act crazy like I did. You know what I mean? Already? Oh God. Tom, don't mess up my show. Oh, there's another one right there. See, number 3. Number 3 is going off the rails upstairs. That's the 14-year-old. Don't make me come up there. Remember that stuff when you were a kid?
Oh,
don't make me come in there.
Turn this car around.
I will turn this car around.
I'll tear you up when I get up there.
Right? No, especially not during my show. Don't do it.
Oh yeah, don't interrupt that TV.
Yeah. This show. I don't care about TV. So, and my point is, I'm not full of shit. I'm very busy, and I love talking with Ernie. And
great to see you, Ernie. Awesome, dude.
I can't wait. I said, excuse me while I eat. I try to eat as much as possible during my shows because it's rude and ignorant. So, Ernie, we're gonna meet Ernie and Gene, and a few others I can't even name right now. But Ernie, like a guy like Ernie, right? Like I feel like I already know him, right? We just haven't physically shook hands. It's like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I hope Ernie's a hugger. Ernie, are you a hugger? Because you're into martial arts, and if I come up trying to hug you, I don't want to get my head kicked in. You know what I'm saying? Like Tim Vogel made it very clear he is not a hugger, and get away from me. And I said, I'm sorry. I stereotyped you with that ponytail. I thought you was a hugger. You know what I mean? That was my bad. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? But I love him. We shake hands from a distance, or we just touch fingertips. You know what I mean? Which is kind of weird. I'm like, hey, Tim. So I won't hug you. All right, back to the show. Let's see. Am I gonna have to separate you? Something's going on. Yeah, my chat wasn't moving. It was funny. It was just sitting there. Oh yeah, big hugs. All right, we got the okay. We got the okay. All right, because now in the podcast world, I've discovered I have to get permission. You know what I mean? It's like a business. I don't want it to be like that.
He'll be like, "Hey, oh, shake the hand."
Oh yeah, hi. How are you? Hi, are you related to Tim Vogel by any chance? Oh man, what's this touch? Oh, I just got in. Who's this?
Hey,
all right. Hello, you made it. Do we know you? He goes, I just got in. Are you in my house? What does he mean? Let's pull up I'm going to pull up a picture or two. You want to check them out?
Yeah.
All right, good. Because, I mean, I'm not on a timeline. I'm not worried about anybody liking me, so it doesn't really matter what we do here. I don't really give a shit. No, I'm just kidding. I love you all. Please love me for who I am. All right, I'm going to save the best for last. I think you know which one that is, and because I have questions, bro. I do have questions. So we're going to start.
Well, I hope I can answer them.
Renee, you're doing a great job, honey. Relax. All right, so hey, so everybody on my live, we have showed you this live, right? Look at the size of that one. Like I had like I just got. Are you all going Bigfoot watching? I want to come. No, we're not. No, we're having a podcast, Scott. Are you trolling? Are you trolling, sir? Be honest. Or are you a guest that comes in peace? You come no harm, and you like zingers.
Yes.
Tell the truth. I have secret weapons in this room. Be nice.
Peanut butter.
Yeah, you like peanut butter? I like peanut butter.
Well, welcome to the show, Scott.
Anyway, well, that's right, Scott. Scott's here, everybody. He wants to know if we're going to go watch Bigfoot. Oh, boy. I tell you my life. So this X here, I had the 40-foot X in my backyard. This looks like a 50, 60-foot X.
That's a big X.
Yeah.
They've just found that in
that's
been this last month. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I love that. Was that in Salt Fork?
Yep.
So if me and Wojo come down, are you taking us to Salt Fork, bro?
Well, she'd have to take you to Salt Fork and show you where that's at. I could take you to Salt Fork. I can show you where I've seen them at in Salt Fork.
Yeah, I mean, I get your situation.
You'll probably see one.
Yeah, I get you.
One.
Listen, I get your situation. I want you to take me there, and she can take us in there. How's that? Fair enough. And then we can have radio. We'll have radio communication, bro.
Yeah, because I can't walk trails and stuff. So she does the wood part. I do out in the parking area and where there's blacktop and trail paths that I can walk.
Yeah. Scott says he comes in peace, everybody. Thank you, brother. We appreciate that. If you're even at least curious about Sasquatch, jump right in and have some questions. I went to Salt Fort with Bear. Do you mean like bear? Like you went to Salt Fort? Bear. Is there Salt Fort? Is that a thing?
He just misspelled his fork.
Oh, you think he misspelled that? I went to Salt Fort with Bear.
Yeah, old Bear is another researcher. We don't even want to go there.
All right, what's this right here? Time out. What? All right, now I'm curious, right, Wojo?
Yeah, I just saw that just now.
Yeah. So what do you call a dream catcher, buddy? What is that? What's a dream catcher?
Me? You talking to me?
No. Scott brought up. He says there's a dream catcher at Salt Fort. It's 20 feet around.
Yeah,
I know what he's doing.
Renee's got a picture of it, but I don't know if she sent it to you or not. It's not a dream catcher. This is the one at Salt Fork is since Satanism, devil worshippers. Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, I don't know him, Scott.
Old Bear? No, we like everybody, dude.
Yeah.
Clearly you're new here. We love everybody. We're huggers. Are you a hugger? Because I'll hug you. Virtually or physically, we can meet up somewhere and hug. I mean, that's fine with me. I mean, all the rest areas are closed nowadays, but whatever. We'll find something. Well, I think this picture is crazy. I love that. I love how, and it's funny because people will just see this picture, right, Tim, and they just rule out structures. It's not scientific. I don't want to talk about it, right? That's just the way it is. Yeah, it's crazy, right? Oh, it looks like a dream catcher. That's weird, huh? Yeah, because I have
that's not natural tree fall. Not trees.
Well, that's like like Wojo brought up. Wojo brought up a long time ago, and it's very smart to do so. That when they fall, they're not breaking the little stick that they're laying on. They're just laying on that little stick. So what happened to all that force? Not just by the weight of the tree, by the magic whirlywinds that everybody says knocked the tree over. So it's not just falling with its own force, according to the naysayers. It's being pushed by this magic whirlwind that's so powerful that it can shape trees and make X's land on little twig sticks up at 40, 50 feet up. But that little twig stick don't seem to break. Oh, but that's not a question mark, right? But the wind and the structure, but that little twig holding up 3,000 billion pounds, that is not to be questioned, sir.
Yeah, that bigger tree right there in that X is probably 600 to 800 pounds.
Bro, that's crazy.
That smaller one's probably at least 200 to 300 pounds. Ain't no human being and then they're propped up on a little 1-inch branch that the weight of that tree would break the 1-inch branch if it was falling.
Right, and that's the point that Waldro brought up in the woods, and I thought it was great. But Scott has another good point here. A new guy coming right in and just stirring the pot. Scott, if you haven't hit the like button, nobody gets hugs. He says grown men hug ass out.
That's right. We all are huggers, man.
Oh, hey, girl.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Virtual love. All right, so I'm gonna go here. Let me do this. I'm gonna keep pulling stuff up. Well, do you got a question while I pull this up?
Yeah.
Good job.
Actually, for Scott, if you look up Christopher Noel on his book, he shows
you're right.
structures of the X's, asterisks, but also there's one of the dream catcher in there that he's encountered. Was it in Vermont?
Yep.
Yeah, Vermont. And Richie also had one in his backyard.
Oh, I'm going to look for a picture of it to show Scott.
Yeah.
Since he brought up Dreamcatcher, I wonder if he's familiar with the area. Just saying. Tim, I don't know if you've seen this one on my show. What's up, Wade Kirby? Hey, absolute pleasure and honor to have you here, sir. Thank you for attending. This is the interlocking X. Have you ever come across an interlocking X?
Yeah. Yeah, where they push one side behind one this way and one side this way. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think for me, I bring that up to you because this is my picture. I'm not trying to grab the limelight, but I want to get your opinion from it one-on-one in a sense where this is something to me that is remarkable because 10 years, a little under 10 years of research, I have only seen 2 of these in the woods. And the interlocking part of it is absolutely crazy. And I attest it to, or I compare it to, when you're moving and you take the box covers and you have to put them a certain way so they stay shut and you can carry the box out. It's kind of like that. And I just don't think there's, these areas, human activity isn't doing this stuff. You know what I mean? They're not, it's just not happening.
Why would a human do that anyway?
No reason to.
What would be the purpose of making a
right? But Tim, X? This is the point I make because people will say to you, "Oh, that's human activity," and then when you say, "No, I think Bigfoot did it," you know what the first thing they're gonna say to you, Tim?
Yeah,
why would a Bigfoot do it? Wait. Oh, so you get to ask that question, but I don't. So I don't get to ask why a human would do it, but you could ask me why a Bigfoot would do it.
Exactly.
A Bigfoot would have a billion more reasons to do it than us. We got other shit to do. Okay? That means something to them. That's a blockade. That's something they're trying to stare off. They're trying to tell you to stay out. Whatever it might be. This could be a clan tag even if it's interlocking. I've only seen 2 of them. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a clan marker.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say. That could be their marking their clan.
Really?
Showing other clans that this is us. This is what our clan is here.
That's what I think. I just think it was so unique. And the areas they were found in, and it was like they're not close, but close. But it's just you need hands, you need thumbs, and you need intelligence to do that. Period. End of discussion. So Scott says we had boulders, bowling ball size, thrown at us down by the lake from an opposite peninsula, and we seen.
Very interesting. A killing field of 20 to 30.
20 to 30 deer. Cock. Really? That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I got a question in here. Oh, no, it's there. Well, that's interesting. Scott, whereabouts you from in the world? You don't have to be exact, my friend. Dodge, absolutely. I think that's a cool point. And I think Dodge might have been on this. He's seen this Interlocking X live and happening. Isn't that what's cool about the live events that we do? They're just like, you're right there. And I know, as Tim says, my phone's shitty. So that's really nice. Really nice of Tim. But no, he's not wrong. I can't.
No, I just said your camera pixelates a lot.
Well, you know what's funny is that area out there has a mind of its own. You know what I mean? It really does. It has a mind of its own, man. I don't know what it. Some days I'm like, what in the hell is happening out here? Let me get back to Renee's folder I got. Okay, so all right. So this is the one I had question about. So I'm not like yesterday. Oh no, like the game camera. I got a picture. Detroit, no doubt, man. Very good find. Yeah, we find lots of bones. So this one I'm curious about because I had something happen. Now, I'm not into the pareidolia, I think that's what they say, or whatever it is, the pictures and stuff and trying to find things in the trees. I had something on the game camera the other day that was very odd. It would probably fall under a bit obscure. And it got me questioning even that area of the Bigfoot research world, right? I don't think this is so much that, but because I can see figures or darkness here. Are we talking middle, like the triangle area looking thing?
That's the female with her young one sitting right there. That's her face, and the young one's just to the right.
Yeah, I can
and
see
if you
right.
look, if you could zoom in more, you could see all her facial features and everything. And if you could, the part down below, the little dark area down below the big dark area, that is a breast.
Tim, settle down, boy. Settle down.
But yeah, that's
settle
the
down.
female.
Settle down with the hairy boobs tonight. Tim's like, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to the BanterWithRichieB show and I'm bringing hairy boobs and menstrual cycles with me.
But you can see she has a young one right here to the right. You can see it looking up over the leaves.
Yes.
And that's the female. She's holding the young one she's setting down.
It looks
that picture was took in 2022.
Yeah, that looks like a hand out front, like a little hand, like almost pointing at you like this.
Yeah, if you could zoom in more on that picture, you could see the full facial features of her and the little one.
Yeah, if you guys want, I brought it up as big as I could. I don't know if it's any bigger for you guys, but on mine it is. I can make my screen bigger. If you guys have that feature, I would advise you absolutely to do that. You know what I mean?
That's one of the clearest pictures you're going to see of a Bigfoot's face.
Looks like too.
Yeah, I could.
And you get to see a young one and the female.
I think it's pretty interesting.
It is,
because I checked it out up close and I was like, that is something else. I see breasts again. Well, put down the magazine, Badger. Yeah, it gets dark there. Listen, it gets really dark there at night.
Yeah, that's where the same area where we see the female all the time.
Yeah. What's up? What? Who? Oh, I don't know. I'm worldwide. I'm an international podcaster, ma'am. I don't have time to look for kid shit.
Hey,
I'm a legend. I am building a legacy. Doesn't anybody care about me? Oh, hi. You still here? I'm just kidding. Why is everybody so mad tonight? Ow! It's good. Where'd everybody go, anyways? All right, here we go. Oh, there you guys are. Sorry. It's weird how all of a sudden, hey. What's funny is my gym is kind of filled up with some little bit of storage right now, so she can't peek her head through the wall at me.
The best one is that picture you just showed.
Oh, now
I've
he
had
wants to talk. You could have saved me 2 minutes ago, Tim. You saw this. I could have said, "Oh, I'm sorry, my guest is speaking, honey. Let me just go." No, but you sat there like,
Yeah.
But that picture you just showed, I've had people saying I did digitally added that in there. No, if we show a picture that we've took, they're 100% real, and there's nothing ever been done to them. They're 100% exactly the way they were took. There's no lighting.
No editing and no bullshit.
None of that added to them.
Tim knows.
But yeah, I've had people say, "Yeah, you put that in that picture." No, that is 100% the picture we took.
Isn't that amazing? Because if I was gonna, again, I said this a lot, and if I was gonna try to make money and fool you, I wouldn't have picked Bigfoot. I'm just gonna say, I wouldn't have picked Bigfoot, right? Because how many shows are really successful where they become, multimillionaires? There might be one or two, high mainstream, right?
Yeah.
But who's making a ton of money off of fucking Bigfoot, dude? This is a lot of work. This is a lot of work. I just want to share it.
I'm way in the red. Hundreds and hundreds, thousands of dollars in the red. Ain't nobody paid for nothing that we've done.
That's right.
Hey, Tim, we could have been on a show, me and Richie, on the Discovery Channel, but you know what? They want you to, change the story and make Bigfoot like a man eater or something, and we're like, no, that's not our story. That's not what like Richie stood up, and it was like a town hall type meeting. They want him to, change his story. It's like, no, this is what happened. And Phil Torres is like to the producer, no, that's his story.
After the third no I gave him, he came back and twisted the same sentence and tried, like I'm a dummy, and twisted a sentence to try to get me to say, because he's trained to get me to say things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm a puppy. He's gonna throw me a snack, right?
Yeah.
And after he said it, I looked up. I said, no, I'm not doing that. And then I looked back at them and to talk about what was happening. And then 2 minutes in, he stopped me again, and he said the same thing but in a different way. And I looked at him and I said, I'm not going to do that. I said, I'm a researcher. I'm not a movie star or whatever I said. And I'm looking around the room like my fellow researchers are here too, and I'm not doing that. Yeah. So I turned back around and I started going, and he went again. And that's when Phil Torres, the star of or the host of Expedition X, goes, he's not going to say that. Yeah. He's just not going to say it. Just don't. He's a researcher. He's already told you that. He's not saying it. And I wasn't gonna. And that's kind of like the picture, right? Like, there's your picture. This is my damn picture. You know what I mean? This is what I got. And people don't realize that, yes, there's somebody here doing what we don't want to be accused of, or we know that they're being scumbags or whatever the case might be. But there's something in that with everything in the world, especially with the internet, right? Like, I'll go play Fortnite tonight, and I'll be murking people with a sniper, and this one dude will come along, and all the other people died with 1 or 2 shots, but this guy you can't kill, and he runs up to you as fast as he can, taking shots from 100 yards away, and he shoots you in the face. He's a scumbag, right? He's a cheater. Yeah. He's got a hack code. I know that's going to happen tonight. It's the same thing with every aspect of life, that unfortunately the human race has fallen down a bunch of notches. It's not like it used to be when we were growing up. It's just not. You can't shake a hand and look a man in the eye and make a deal no more. Everybody's going to be like, oh, you got your pen? All right, here's my phone. I'm recording this while we sign this contract, and you give me your DNA and an ass-out hug. You know what I mean? Like, we just can't be honest people no more, right? Nobody's honest. Nobody's honest anymore. Guess what? That's what I tell people. I go on YouTube Live, unedited, no bullshit. If it's pixelated, don't know what to tell you. Sorry. You can hear me get eaten alive through the pixelation. How's that? I don't know what else to say. I'm not changing it, man. I'm not changing who I am and why I'm here. That's the bottom line. I have passion for what happened to me. They came to my yard. That is not. I have no reason to make up a story about it. There's nothing. I'm not getting anything but broke and harassed. Why would I make up a story?
Why would we put our names out? We're our fathers and mothers, worked
We're
hard.
honorable people.
We're honorable people.
Not my father. He was a shitbag. Still is. Hey, shitbag. Hope you're watching.
Thanks, Rich.
Oh,
And it's why would we put ourselves out there to be frauds? I mean, listen, this is why we go out as much as we can, just to see what we see and hear and all that. Put the boots on and get out in the woods and research and find, because like Richie will always say, we're here for a quest for facts, and we don't need AI. We don't need to lie to Expedition X or. We get something out of the deal. That would be nice. Hey, cool, all for it. But if it's done our way, which is the truthful way, and show them, But it ain't gonna happen. But that's why we are what we are. Yep. We're researchers. We spend to do our research. We don't get rich.
No, like Tim said, our favorite color is red.
Exactly.
But also, you go out. It's funny because something's catching on. Even with the YouTube lives, we've seen it progress and climb and go up. It's gone from 3,000 to almost 5,000 to over 8,000 to now over 13,000 views. And people are getting involved and wanting to have that outlet and that area and that resource where they can feel like they're researching too. And they can have somebody who's boots on the ground out there doing the work, not taking it back to the back room and cutting it and making it pretty to get your attention. And they're asking questions. They're wearing headphones. They're watching it on big screen TVs or whatever they're doing. And they're involved in it, man, because that's what I wanted when I first had these experiences. And the only one I could find that I liked, to be quite honest with you, was Alex Petikoff. And he was one of my favorites. I watched everything he did, and I knew he was an editor and all that stuff. But he did put his boots on, and he was way out in the woods, and he was alone, and I knew that, and he proved that. He had proven that. So I knew, maybe not necessarily even now. Like I know he's veered off on other things, a Sasquatch researcher, but he went out there and looked. Very scientific though. Structures and all that stuff are different to him. But that's what I reached for. I didn't reach for the four-legged dongs or anything else like that. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want what am I trying to say? I didn't want production. Yeah. I wanted something with possibility of results. But not only that, I felt like I could look through Petikoff's camera and look around the woods for him and see things he missed. Right?
Yeah. That's why you do lives. Is yours lives. I love them because you're getting to see it in full time right there. It's in action right while it's been done.
Right.
If you pay more attention to when you're panning around and stuff, you very well could see one that neither one of yous pick up on. I've seen them moving around yous on several of your lives that I know you didn't see it. It's hard to see them when you're looking at a little tiny screen instead of looking with your eyes and seeing it. Well, when you're putting it out there live, I use a bigger screen, and I see more things in the live. But I've seen enough that I know what to look for when you're
That's a great point.
panning around.
That's a great point too, right? That's a great point too. When you have the naysayers come in, like we've always said, don't talk to me unless you own a pair of boots, because and that's why we're not trying to be mean. We're saying like what you just said, right? You know what you're looking for. Your experience. You've had a lot of experience now. You've been out in the woods a lot. You totally get it. All right, Animal's over here begging for some attention. Animal, I'm eating spaghetti. Who's on your show tonight? Are you allowed to have one?
Well, what are you eating, Animal?
Yeah, Animal, what you eating? No, I'm gonna guess. Skittles. I'm going with Skittles. He sticks them to his chest and then picks them off one by one.
I'm having a protein bar.
No, I'm having a protein bar. Love you, bro. All right, so, but no, I think that's a great point that you bring up, because in anything, right, in a profession, where'd he go?
I'm right here turning on the light.
My co-host just gets up and leaves.
Sorry.
Why are we? I don't understand this. Oh, no show tonight. Animal has no show tonight. He's all packed up for the Cobble Mountain Critter Festival and sleeping on the couch. All right. So, anyways, back to you, Bob. So no, it's just like anything else, right? You drive a lot, you get better at driving, right? You watch the idiot on the road. You don't necessarily just look out your windshield. It's the same thing with anything you do. So if you're out there looking for Bigfoot, you're out there doing paranormal stuff, you're going to gain experience and become a veteran at it. And you're going to do veteran stuff. And that's like what Tim's saying. He's looking at a screen. I got my phone. I'm doing this. This is me all the whole time. You know what I mean? So it is a lot harder for me. So to have you guys, if you hit that notify button on that YouTube and join the over 13,000 people that were there the other day and 8,000 before that, join them and be part of the investigation, man. Get on your headphones, right? Get on your headphones, get on a screen, chill out for a couple hours, an hour, half hour, 20 minutes, whatever you can afford to sit down and join us with. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're going to get to the Cobble Mountain Critter Festival again. Absolutely. I'm going to leave Tim hanging around. I'm not even going to kick him out yet. So, he filled in for Renee. He's going to stay now. Right, Wojo?
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Don't you move, sir.
No, but Richie's right. I mean, we're just here for the passion, the research. You know, that's what it's all about. I mean, that's all we do is have fun with all of us. Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. Now, what is everybody going to ask? Right away. What is the first thing they ask with this picture, Tim?
What size was it? How deep it is, or
No.
where was it at, or what did you find more than one?
There it is! Ding, 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 ding.
Is there only one? Like, you know,
that was the best one they had, but there was a track wave on the beach. They just got that. It was in the first part of April. Before it was too cold for anybody to be on the going to the beach to do any swimming or anything at Salt Fork. So they found a trackway of I don't know exactly how many footprints that they tracked, but it went for like almost 70 yards before it disappeared into the woods.
Love it. Yeah, the curve got me too. Yep.
I know that's the best print there, Tim, but did you like measure it from heel to toe with the other one, or?
I think they did, but I'm not for sure of the measurements and stuff. But I think that was like 12 inches by I think it was 5 and something at the toes, and I think it was like 4 something at the heel.
Yeah, me and Richie found a set with the Vogel brothers out in their place out in Western Mass.
Yep.
Like the same type of like sand/dirt.
Yep, like a rocky dirt. Yeah.
I'm a big dude, and I could barely make a print.
Yep.
You know, to right beside the print that we found, which is 17 by 7 1/4 inches wide, and what was cool is it was about an inch and a half deep, Rich, in that type of sand, you know, and it's it's
a good one.
That's hard sand/dirt.
Yep. And Henry brings up a good point. I was just thinking I was waiting for you to get done talking about it, but Scaniverse would be huge on this print.
Yes.
Huge. Do you guys have that app on your phone?
No, I don't.
It's free. Just go over to the App Store, punch in Scaniverse, all one word, boom, follow the prompts, and you're going to have a 3D scanner on your phone. Alex Petikoff introduced me to that. I absolutely freaking love it, man.
That's
love it.
Thing ever. I mean,
Sparky's totally in the feet, by the way, because look at him. Nice toe prints, fella.
They did. I think they did cast that one.
Ooh, where's that? I want to see that.
They ended up casting, I think, 4 prints that weekend, but 2 of them ended up getting broke. One was a 21-inch foot and one was a 17. And then they got 2, that one and another one.
Sounds like Wojo.
I think one's about 14 and one was like 12.
Looks like the big toe kind of like really veers to the left, huh?
Yeah, there's a good curve right there. And that's the only reason why I kept this one, because I globbed the shit out of it as our very first cast. It was horrible. And but it had that bend to it, and it wasn't a factory shape. You know what I mean? So, but it had the bend to it, and that's one of the things Eric Vogel said to make me feel better because I was pissed the way it came out. And he's like, "Dude, look at the bend in that thing. That's not a factory foot."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's not a foot that's had a shoe on it all its life.
Henry says that's a female track because he's
it could very well be.
I think him and Sparky are just way too much into feet. You know what I mean? A little weird toe suckers.
Well, the female that's the picture of that you showed, her foot is like 16 and a half to 16 and 3/4 by 6 and a half at the toes, and I think it was 4.4 and 3/4 at the heel.
Wow. All right, Ronnie. Sorry about that, man.
Sorry, brother.
Yep, and that's what we talk about on here. Sorry, Tim. Hang on a second. Yeah, that's what we talk about. That's why I bring up my sobriety date and stuff because you got to share it. You got to yell it out. You got to rat yourself out, rat your disease out, and don't let it kill you. Plain and friggin' simple, dude. And I was a 14-year-old street kid, and I lived on the streets, and I survived, and I'm 53 today, and I've made it this far, and I'm supposed to be dead. So, but it's only because I got that shit out the dumpster. Don't let that stuff own you. Get rid of it, man. Pick up the phone. It'll save your ass. So sorry, Ronnie, man. We all know that too well, unfortunately. I've lost many friends to drug and alcohol. It's garbage. So,
Amen.
Moving on. So, you should see my... Okay. Animal. Listen to the music for a minute. Go ahead. Can we have it? Is that your grandson? Your grandson's going to have to come out and play a song as we leave tonight.
He just beats on a guitar. He's only 6.
Well, I think he's doing a great job. And if you didn't mind, I'd love him to do that. I'm dead serious. So, what the hell is going on? All right, first, what the hell is going on here?
That's a 3-toed print.
Yeah, I'm out. Bye.
Yep.
Yeah,
what are we making of this? What are we making of this? As somebody that's been a researcher, you and your wife, you research a lot. Where did you find? Where was this found? And what kind of material is that? Is that like the same type of beach sand that we just saw?
Yeah, that's a beach sand on it. They found that at the beach area. There's a couple beach areas. I'm not for sure exactly which beach area they found that at down there. But yeah, that's a 3-toed, not a Bigfoot track.
What kind of casting is that?
That is just plaster of Paris.
Oh, so yeah, so the side
it's not been cleaned off yet. That's right. The sand and stuff is still on.
Yeah,
right, that's why it's like I just leave it like that. To be honest with you, Henry says, "Dog man, how do you feel about that?"
Yeah, they're out there. They're at Salt Fork.
But do you think this is a dog man?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
But I've also heard about the aggressive 3-toed Bigfoots as well, like we were talking about earlier. The inbred, the angry, the rogue. We had something very similar to this print that we found, Wojo, that we have a 3D scan of.
Yeah, actually exactly like that, Rich.
Dude, I know, and that's why I was like, what the hell,
And we found those set of bones nearby.
Yep, Slee Stack. Oh God, I haven't heard that in a long time.
Yeah.
So 3-toe, I hear they are wicked aggressive. 3-toe Bigfoots. Henry? Are you talking 3-toe Bigfoots? Very aggressive. That's what I heard. It was Bigfoot. 3-toes were very aggressive, and we found them in our area.
They say the
Go ahead.
3-toed Bigfoot. They say is birth defects from inbreeding, which could be very well.
It's the same thing that could.
And they're more aggressive because they're
pissed off.
They're not fully functional as a regular Bigfoot.
Right. They're not as sexy as their big brother either. You know what I mean? So they're mad. Big brother's getting all the girls. But no, but I have heard that, and we have found one of these very similar. And you guys could have been on the live when we did. So listen, when I say we have found things, you probably found them with us too, just through a TV, right? So if you recall, when my brother was up and my nephews were up, it was past August, right around when my mom passed, and we had found that as we crossed that little creek, Oh, we found it before that investigation, but showed them, right, Wojo?
Yes, we didn't do lives then.
What?
The first 3 toad that maybe we did.
No, we didn't.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I've been live with you the whole
I
time.
saw that picture. It's on my phone, but yeah.
It's pretty insane. It looks very similar. I got to tell you, it's very, very similar. It's kind of mind blowing, to be honest with you guys. The thinning of the heel, the no definition to the mid dorsal area. You know what I mean? So it's just not as sharp up top, but we had mud, so it could have been. And then what seemed to be like a claw protruding on them. So those were a concern as well. You know what I mean? But very interesting, man. This is what'd you say this was found in 22, or was that the other one?
That was these tracks was just found this year, just a month ago, within a month.
How far do you live from Salt Fork?
About 2 hours and 40 some minutes.
Holy shit!
100 some mile drive.
Wow. And now, is that the only area you research? You have areas right around your local area that you research?
Yeah, we have researched it's a Willard Wildlife Area, which is probably 30 some miles from here. 3.5 miles from here is called Milan Wildlife Research Area. We got a picture of one there. We've had them come right here in our backyard. We live right at the edge of town. The river that runs north and south from through here is about 1,500 yards across the field from us.
Wow.
So they travel the river.
Do you feel that do you believe in being mocked?
Yep.
Yeah, I think I do as well. I think I'm there. I think I'm right on the cusp of being 100% with that because of the experiences that we had recently. Our old friend, fellow researcher, we haven't seen for a little bit. She has some things in her life going on, but she's awesome. She's amazing, and good things. I mean, and some not so good, I guess. Right? I don't know, but that's neither here nor there. But she's amazing, Lisa Garcia. We love her very much. If you're out there, Lisa, we love you. Yep. And she had, when we saw the self-illuminating eyes, she lives in an area where you wouldn't even think a Bigfoot would be, and then she had 2 nights of experiences with self-illuminating eyes in her backyard.
Yep.
And she had never been a Bigfoot researcher ever. And she went through that night and she was on the podcast with us. And I think it was D who goes, "What's wrong with Lisa?" Like, because D Hoot's on top of everything.
Yeah.
But she was like, "What's wrong with Lisa?" And then Lisa didn't really say anything. She did kind of get up and move away from that end of her porch. And then she called Wojo after and says, "Dude, she was having the self-illuminating eyes in her backyard."
Yeah.
9 miles away from where we were.
Yeah.
So that kind of put me kind of over the top. Lisa was here, Henry? I didn't see her. Did you see Lisa in here?
You know what? I'm not sure.
Damn it. So anyways, but she had him in her backyard. So I believe that that mocking thing is a possibility because she's brand new at this. She saw what we all saw. And then she went home and it was in her backyard. And she took pictures and showed it. We watched it. She had video, pictures, everything. We researched it. We could see that the light was in a different position the next night. And now there's no lights. And there hasn't been. And I don't know what that's got to, I don't know.
I think she was in the woods when she was with us, she showed no. Look, we're nervous, but
yeah, she's a little crazy sometimes.
We stayed in the woods.
She's a little crazy.
She held my arm, but she was with us. But we didn't run. We didn't panic. So they just probably
yeah.
All right, let's just follow her. But as Rich was saying, if you've been in her yard, it's you would never think a Bigfoot would be in the area.
But there is reports in her area, just not. This is a neighborhood that you would never suspect it, right?
Right. They come into town.
Well, that's it. It's my old buddy Mike Trainer always had the theory that at night they'll walk right in behind a pizza joint and just start picking through the dumpster and eat. Why wouldn't they?
Oh yeah, they do that a lot. They come in town where there's
everything's possible. Exactly. Everything. There's nothing. What can you take off the table? There's nothing. We don't have it. It's not 100%. So why is this kind of researching wrong? It can't be wrong, right? It can't be. Oh, that kind of research.
I live in town. I live in an apartment complex right on the edge of town. I mean, city limits is. I'm in city limits. I mean, the woods. There was about a 5-acre woods that was right here by the apartments, and they cut it down last year. They was coming to there, and ever since we moved here just November would be 2 years, and ever since we moved here, they've been coming here. They followed us here from where we've researched 30 miles from here and then 3.5 miles up the road. So
Yeah.
they follow you, and Jens had her in your research area. One of them is tucked to her and accepted her. Now it's going to keep an eye on her.
Yeah. But also too, Tim, is that I think that people will say, well, if you're driving like 30 minutes from here, why the hell would they follow you to? Well, I think that you're building up in a relationship where you constantly research and you're constantly like, making these connections. Why not? Like, why would they not follow somebody else? You know what I'm saying? But yet, you're more of a believer. You're more of that neighbor. So why not? These creatures can go a long ways. But again, we still, as researchers, still learning, and we got a long, long way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. We have a long way to go. You're right on with that stuff. But I tell you what, man, this has been a crazy night. I think we filled in quite well for Miss Renee.
Yeah.
I think, Tim, you did a good job. You actually just did a marathon. What's the longest podcast you've been on? More than 2 hours? Less than 2 hours?
I was on BMR, which is Bigfoot Michigan Rob.
Yeah, Michigan Rob. Yeah, he's a nut.
It was almost 3 hours.
Yeah, I could see he's got a lot of energy too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like some of his stuff, man. I like some of his stuff. I've talked to him a few.
Where'd he go?
Just fucking left.
he just genied his way out. He's like, boing, I'm out.
Yeah, it was. He was like, tickety-tickety. You know what I mean? Why do I feel like we're the only ones in here all of a sudden?
Yeah, it's
dead on the side. I don't know is it because of the infomercial that's going on over there? What's happening there? What's going on? What's all this shit?
I don't know. The regular's on for a while.
Can anybody hear us? Are we still here? Oh man. I know it's not real food, you're right, but people do talk about that shit. Richie, did you want to talk about? Well, yeah, I would love to. I did you not see what happened? I mean, stop with the infomercial for a minute and pay attention, please. I've been trying to. I thought Tim Gayheart was going to join us. Hang on, I don't want to. I'm this fucking show.
Renee called him. Hey, how's the show? Honey, I'm still on. Who knows?
Yeah. She's like, what? No, you're not. Click. Threw his ass out.
Yeah, Jeff.
Threw his ass out. Let me throw Tim. I'm gonna throw Tim he probably don't know how to get back in. I think it was on her thing. Seriously, I just sent him another one. I was ready to say goodbye, so get the hell out of here, but no. Oh my God. All right, well, let's bring up let's go over to Cobble Mountain and check that out, guys. Let's check out the Cobble Mountain page. Because you know what's up. See, I got 2 of them now, Tim. I got the Cobble Mountain Critter Festival twice. This one right here. All right. Well, that looks like the updated version. I have the old one too that I've been showing. I wish somebody would update me. Oh my God. It's ridiculous, right?
We had this before.
Boomers. What the hell's Boomers got? What's this guy? Why is Ronnie talking shit about our age all the time when we went to school with him? Is he that fucked up from all the illicit drugs that he did that he doesn't realize we all went to fucking school together? We're just as fucking old. What, just because you can work your way around a computer from all the times you jerked off in a sock, you're better than us?
Well,
I'm so tired of that shit. Shut up! Order a fucking sub. Can't go on a show without a. See, there it is. Can't go on a show without a boomer moment. Such an asshole.
That's why, Rich, when I was being in school with Ronnie, we sat in the back. Just stay away from everybody.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't. I would have stayed away from Ronnie. You sat with Ronnie in the back.
Oh, yeah.
What is fucking wrong with you, bro? You don't sit with Ronnie in the back.
Well, he's an interesting dude, man.
No wonder why you're fucked up. You had a chance, Rojo. You had a chance, bro. That's on you. That's on you. You did that shit to yourself.
I know.
Ronnie, I'm just kidding. Ronnie's sensitive too, so I love you, Ronald. I'm hugging you ass out. All right. Sorry if I was vulgar, but it pissed me off. All right. So, anyways, everybody's probably left. Nobody on the side. Like, I don't see any of the people on the side talking or nothing. Do you notice that?
It stopped and it's picking up a little bit, but yeah, it's
I don't see a lot of the people that I saw.
It just stopped. Like,
oh shit! I'm sorry, Gene. Gene Tewksbury here and heard me say that. Sorry, Gene. I can't see the comments on the side. It's like nobody's here except fucking Sparky over here running a fucking infomercial. I love him. Thank you. I'm appreciative. I'm grateful. But I can't see the comments of the guests. What's going on tonight? Jesus. Look at Cobble Mountain Critter Festival next weekend. Be there. All right? Jesus. Everybody's like, I don't listen to this guy yell all night. He's an idiot. Yeah, I am. You're right. Tim's back. Say goodnight to him. Why are we on this format? What happened?
Is Tim cloaked?
It's not a boomer moment either. Something just happened. Oh.
Scotty, pleasure to meet you, pal. Thank you. Thank you for being on here. Hopefully to see you soon.
Who's that?
Scott.
Oh.
Scott M.
Oh, all right. Tim's like, yeah, great advertisement for my big festival. I appreciate it. He's like, you're a gold sponsor. Oh, wait. What? Now his camera's not on anymore. All right, hang on a minute, dude. All right, we're going to bring Tim back in. You know what's up. Come on. I think I'll go with... Oh, here we... No, we'll go here. Here we go. After a long time away, thank you, Tim, for coming.
Hey, my computer just shut off. I don't know what the deal was. If the battery, it didn't show the battery was low.
That's all right. You can share your sad story with everybody. Go ahead, Tim.
I had to find my charger and all that and hook it back up and finally get it going again. Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. How's your boobs, Harry?
A little bit. Just a little bit.
All right. What happened? Did you see that, Woj? It just made full screen again. My screen just got huge. All right. It's a boomer moment. So we're going to wrap this shit show. No, it was a great show, actually. I really enjoyed this show. No, now it's it. What? All right. I'm leaving. There's a ghost in here, which is not a bad thing. But as Tim was saying, his computer shut off. And he had to be away for a little while. But now he's back with us. We missed you, Lojo. Go ahead, Tim.
I had to find my charger and everything. And
really? You had to find your charger and everything? Like, is that a lot to do? He's like, he went to Salt Fork and back. Got my charger! Right over there by food.
Yeah, I'm on a laptop and I had to find the charger and I got 3 different chargers laying here. I had to find the one for mine.
Damn. All right. Well, there's the music to Tim's sad story, everybody. I want to thank Tim for sharing. Rojo, you got anything you want to say to Tim before we shut the music off and say goodbye? I can't hear you. Like in high school, when you used to say, could you speak into the microphone, please? Still can't hear him. Can anybody hear Wojo? Stupid boomer.
No. He's something happened to his audio.
I think, obviously, by the sound of the music, he was sad that you went away. And now you're back again. So we're happy. so happy to have you back. That we
thank you.
we want to dance a little bit, enjoy life.
Yes, Tim. I can't wait to see you at the Colorado Critter Fest.
Well, I got to tell you, man. All right, awesome. So listen up, everybody. Richie, figure this out. Figure what out? Producer is blocked. Your donations are down, and you guess. Listen, I have a producer and executive producer for that very fucking reason that you just listed, bro. Okay? Okay? You can run a great infomercial, but you can't figure anything else out. You want to make a list and send it to my producers, please? Thank you. Thank you for that. We'll see you at 4 a.m. when you're running your commercials again. Jesus. Anyway, thank you, everybody. Listen, that was a lot of fun. I was a little out of sorts tonight. I don't apologize, but, you know, sometimes I'm obnoxious, and you can just change the channel, so I don't give a shit. That's the way it is. And I'm just drinking water. Wojo's allergic to it. So I want to thank everybody for being here, but mostly I want to thank Tim, honestly. Tim is the big star of the night, right? I mean, we're always good to talk to, right, Wojo? But we still had to celebrate My Mummer and May month. And what better hot chick to celebrate it with than Tim Gayheart? Tim's wearing pink now. That's why he came back without the camera.
Yeah.
Tim's in a tutu, Richie.
Timmy Tutu. What's up, bro? Love it. No,
we going through the tulips.
Yeah, listen, Tim. Not only just here. I love and appreciate your support of the live events, the shows, your input, your expertise in research, and you know, there's no experts in there, but we have experience, like we were talking about during the show. A lot of good topics tonight, a lot of good subjects tonight, some good evidence we got to pop up on the screen. Have a few laughs. Watch me act like an idiot. I did take my meds today, didn't I? I think it's time not to dose. But anyways, that's a different subject. But everybody on the side, you guys were awesome. For some reason, we've been having technical difficulties. We'll have Sparky get to the bottom of this. He's very, he's making a list apparently. So we'll have Sparky get to it and get with our producers and fix that shit. But listen, Cobble Mountain Critter Festival next Saturday night, June 7th. Wojo and I will be going up there Friday, and we will be staying till Sunday, and there'll be a lot of phones and live events, and there'll be a lot of interviews that you guys are going to see. The podcast, I want to broadcast the podcast. Hey, I never even thought of that. But we'll be doing all that fun stuff. We'll be meeting Animal personally or in person, Ernie Davio in person, Gene Tewksbury in person, to name a few. Very excited about that. We'll be seeing Mr. Mike Tinsley. I think Trainer's up there. Barnard's up there. I think it's just, cats and dogs living together chaos. And it's going to be absolutely epic. Please get over to that Facebook page and share, love, like, whatever you're going to do for it. This is for a great cause to get children outside, away from these screens, man. And they are the catalyst. The Vogel brothers right now are climbing, and they are the catalyst to do that. They're going to do just that. Watch. There's going to be a lot of other stuff coming too from them boys. They're badasses, and we love them. So we cannot wait to get out and hang with them by a fire, go look for Bigfoot with them. It's just a great life event. So make sure you there somehow support them any way you can, please. Thank you for being here. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
Russell,
and I'm gonna do what I always do. What did I miss?
No, go ahead. Someone asked a question. They wondered where it was.
It just skipped again. I think there's some button getting hit. Wonder where what was? Call Mountain? See, my thing isn't moving, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. There's people talking. You're going to be live all next. Yes, I'm going to be live all next week and run. I'm sorry you missed a couple of weeks. I'll get right on it. You're a friend of mine, You could probably text me and ask me the same question. Just saying. Scott, it is in Western Massachusetts in a town called Russell. We got to go. So no more questions. Just kidding. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Click the notify button because we do live events all the time in the woods, man. We had over almost 30,000 people join us this month of May. 30,000 views, like right around there, because YouTube's always wrong, and I know what the real numbers are. But anyways, that's a different subject. So right around 30,000 people joined us. What the hell are you waiting for, man? Click, like, subscribe, notify. It's wicked simple. Come join us in the woods and look for Bigfoot. We love to do that. I love you, baby Jack. I love you, Mama. Wojo, get us out of here because that's what you do. Tim Gayheart, thank you so much. Renee Gayheart, thank you so much. And my mama in the month of May. I love you, ladies. All the mothers out there. This whole month was for you. You deserve that and more. Wojo, get us out.
All right. Thank you, Timmy, for being on. And everybody, we love you. And yes, remember, we are home of the Boom! Let's go. Yeah, baby. See you next weekend at the Colmar Critter Fest.
Oh.
Let's go. Yeah.
Good night, everybody. Look at this thing. Still bugging out.
Yeah. We're still on. Yeah.
I have a boomer.
We got